Hello! Oh crap, I forgot to credit the music people for the BGM. Damn it, I'll do it later. Hello everyone! Scuff right at the start. Hey! Hello everybody! Welcome! Welcome to the first episode, I guess, of Cheese to Meet You! Ah! Welcome, this is a series that I would like to start of live streams where I basically interview people. Do you like the layout? I spent the last couple of days making everything, so I'm very nervous right now, and I hope you guys will just send us moral support. But yeah, Cheese to Meet You is intended to be like a not a formal interview, but something a bit like casual as well as like informative, so that you guys can get to know the guests who are featured. And yeah, I don't know. It's something that I've been wanting to do this year, and I'm finally gonna do it. And I hope you guys will enjoy. But yeah, our first guest. I'm sure you guys already know because you read the title. But our first guest is... Drumroll, please! Hello!
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 Hello, YouTube!
Hello, yes, hello, YouTube! Welcome, welcome! Well, firstly, why don't you, well, actually, why don't you introduce yourself? Who are you, huh?
Okay. Hello, my name is Shrug Moji, and I go by he, him pronouns. And I am a Danganronpa artist. And I like to do art and animations. I don't do just Danganronpa though, and I'm starting to branch off to other topics as well. And other genres.
Yay! Well, let's do the catchphrase.
Okay.
I'm very cheesed to meet you, Shrug.
Pleased to meet you too.
Yay!
Yay!
Oh my god. So yeah. Let's just kind of like talk about how you became like the first interview guest. So basically, I've been wanting to do like an interview kind of stream. That was like one of my mini goals, I guess, for 2023. And I didn't really have the motivation, or like, I don't know, I didn't really put more thought into like actually starting it until you've actually created the chuu execution video. And then I was like, okay. yeah, so like, it's your fault that we're doing this right now. Actually.
Oh, no.
But yeah, the reason first guest was kind of my way of saying thank you for creating the execution video for me, and I kind of wanted to give you like a way to, like, I don't know, get people to see your stuff.
Thank you so much for this opportunity as well.
Yeah, no worries. By the way, before we go any further, I just wanted to ask people in the audience how the audio is, like, because there should be a BGM playing. If it's too loud or too soft compared to our voices, please just let me know, and I will adjust it on the go. Sorry for a scuff, you know, this is the first time we're doing this, but we're gonna make it as good as possible. I hope. So yeah, I guess let's get started with the interview. Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
You are? Okay. So, Shrug Moji. Can I call you Shrug?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Do you prefer Shrug or Shrug Moji?
Whatever is easier for you to say.
Because I think like people would probably call you Shrug Moji or just Shrug. But I remember you told me, because we talked a little bit beforehand, that you didn't intend for Shrug to be your like online name. So how about we start with why did you come up with Shrug Moji?
Okay, so like a long time ago, I was in a math class with a group, and they wanted to choose names. And then for some reason, I was thinking of the shrug emoji, and I'm like, wait a minute, if I remove the E in emoji, then it sounds interesting.
Oh. So wait, your name comes from a shrugging emoji then?
Yeah.
What does that have to do with math class?
I must have been bored. There's like a mental image of me shrugging in the math class, and I go, hey, maybe I could use that.
Oh, well, I'm sure a lot of people have like interesting origins for their like online names. Like for me, khee comes from cheetah, you know, the animal, the cheetah.
Oh.
So like originally I needed to make a username for my Neopets account. And I was like, I've never been online before. What do you mean a username? And then I think on the TV at this time I was making my username, I think like Cheetah Girls. You know the Disney movie Cheetah Girls? I think that was playing on TV at the time, and I was like, Cheetah, okay. And then I changed it into Kitsa, which was my first DeviantArt account as well. Don't look it up. And then over time it shortened into khee. So yeah, that's the origin of khee. And then I guess chuu. The origin of chuu is that it sounds kind of similar to khee, but chuu is also like the noise, like the Japanese onomatopoeia for what a mouse makes, like the sound a mouse makes. So I was like, you know what? I think that's a good name for chuu. But yeah, that's the origin of our names. But that's interesting that yours just came out of like kind of nowhere.
Yeah, I think
now,
during the
now you're
time
stuck
as well
with it.
for my name, I think I was speaking of two names, and I think the reason why I thought of that name was because we had to do a team name in math class. I don't remember why we were in a team, but then I was thinking, okay, I like shrug emoji, and then it was either like, because it was a group of three, I was thinking like the Three Musketeers or something like that. And ironically, I'm talking to you, the little.
I'm the little rat.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's very interesting. Before we get started, you have drawn your own little avatar here that's showing up on screen. I just wanted to ask, because I think people might be wondering this too. So is your avatar like your own Sona, or is it like an OC that you use?
Okay, so it's an original. It's wrong one. It's a Sona, like something that reflects myself.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I have an OC that's based off my Sona, but instead the only thing that's different is the hair.
Oh.
I don't know why.
Is it still blue?
Yes, it's like it's everything the same, but imagine instead of it being tucked in, you got like, you know how Nagito's hair is flailing out in the front?
Yeah.
So imagine instead of the front bangs of mine being tucked in, it's like tucked out. It's like spiking out. And that's basically what it is.
And that's like your OC.
Yes.
And this one is you.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that.
Don't worry, we love a good self-insert.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think actually somebody had a question about that. Let me try to see if I can find it. If not, we'll just move on. But anyway, in the meantime, I guess let me ask you, what or how did you start becoming an artist? Like in general, not just like posting it online, but like in general, what drew you to art?
So I remember I always was drawing when I was a kid, and I did really bad drawings, and it was like a unique styled one. So if you saw it, you could tell that it was like a unique one. So imagine a upside down U, and then that's at the bottom of your face, and there's eyes inside of it. and for some reason the eyes were at the bottom of the head, and like the mouth is just squashed down.
You're gonna have to give me a drawing visual of this at some point. I'm trying to imagine it in my head and I can't.
Well, yeah, I'll gladly show you.
Yeah, so how did you was it because you watched cartoons or something that you wanted to get into drawing, or was it just something that you just naturally ended up doing as a kid?
So I was naturally drawing, and I remember being really young. I was really inspired by Japanese and anime, because Japanese is like a really respectful culture, and with all the language and stuff. And also the animation and anime was just like really pretty. And I'm like, I want to try to draw something like that. And then just while me drawing cartoons, oh yes, I like anime, and I'm drawing the wrong style.
I think that's like a very common, relatable kind of start for a lot of artists now. It's like, ooh, anime. I want to draw that. That's definitely well, I probably didn't watch anime as a baby, but I definitely did watch a lot of cartoons, kind of the old Cartoon Network shows like Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Lab, Samurai Jack, that kind of thing. I would say was my origin of being inspired to draw things.
When I was growing up, there was a children's show. It's called Japanesey Going Going Gong, and it was a Japanese show. So the host would speak in English and Japanese, and I ooh, I want to put on subtitles. So I wrote all the things in Japanese, and I want to research what these mean.
Whoa! Oh my god! I've never heard of this show before, but wait, so it wasn't dubbed? The host could actually speak in English and Japanese?
I remember he speaks really well in Japanese, and it's a little catchphrase in English. He goes, "They don't know anything," because all the contestants are all on. So the horses stroller prams that they put the people on,
Horse
in the Victorian days.
Oh, right, like a rocking horse?
Oh no, I think a wheelbarrow.
Never mind.
So imagine they bring everyone in blindfolded, and then he takes off their blindfold, and then it's a little surprise thing, and then it's always really funny about he just speaks Japanese to the Japanese audience, and then suddenly he goes, "They don't know what is going on," and I was like, oh, I want to learn what he's saying in Japanese.
Does he know? Does he know? Oh, but that brings me to another point, because we discussed this earlier as well when we were just chatting together. But you have studied a bit of Japanese as well, right?
I have studied a bit of Japanese, yes. Oh, also I saw in the comments, I think it was a chariot.
Ah, a chariot.
So yeah, thank you, Lily Lima and our challenger. Yes, it was a chariot.
Ah, I see. But yeah, oh, yes. Before I move on to the next question, there was right. So Pink XX Light 04 actually asked, how did you come up with your persona?
Okay.
Thank you for your question.
Okay, because that reminds me of a story, so I'm glad I remember this now. So, do you know Nintendo with the Wii and Wii U and stuff like that?
Yes, yes.
And they would have a hairstyle that's similar to my Sono now. And I had a friend who first we had the matching hairstyles, and then they wanted to broaden their style, giving themselves longer hair. It was our challenger that I was doing this with, and I just no, I want to keep this hairstyle. So then he changed his, and then I kept mine the same. And I'm like, it's really simple to draw, so I want to keep it as well.
So you're saying your avatar design is based on a little me?
Yeah.
That's so fun. Is that why your avatar has such a big head?
Probably why as well. I don't know why. I really like the big heads as well.
Yeah, big heads
you
are
get
fun.
to see more of the face as well, and the eyes.
Yeah, I think visually that's partly why Japanese art styles or that kind of anime look is very, I don't know, captivating.
Oh, could you hear me? Sorry, my internet cut out for a second.
Oh no, I can hear you. It's fine.
Yeah, I just
But
saw
yeah.
it goes problems, and then I had to go. Oh no, I don't want to get cut off for the stream.
I like big eyes. Show me the window to your soul. But yeah, okay, thank you, Pink Light, for that question. Let's go
Thank
back to
you.
the screen. Let's go into how we kind of met each other, or
Ooh,
stuff like
yes.
that. Cause like my first or how I came to know of you was probably the Weeby execution video that you made. I think that was probably the first thing that I saw of you, but I only really got to like know you because you created the khee, chuu execution. But even before that, we actually spent the night playing games together in the New Year's call.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
joined
that
your
was the
live
first
streams.
time. That was the first time that we kind of had a real conversation.
Yeah. And then your internet was a bit laggy, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I have Jackbox, and then I tried to load it up. Unfortunately, the audio wasn't working, but it was still fun to play.
Yeah. So like that was my like first real interaction and like getting to meet you. But I'm curious, like how did you come to know of me?
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. So you had a video out saying.
Should I go to the screen with the picture?
Let me check. I'll explain this first, and then I'll explain the picture one. So yeah, I first knew you through I made Weeby that little banner one, and I was like, I saw the banner first on Weeby's channel, and I was like, oh, it's so pretty. I wonder who made it. And then I found out who made it.
Wait, 1 second. So for context, I did a video where I was doing a time lapse of how I made the channel artwork for Weeby, so Weeby News, because Weeby commissioned me at the time to do the artwork for her channel, and then you found that video.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Continue.
Okay, so I saw that one, and I was watching your process. And I was like, I'm really amazed, because beforehand, by now, I've made some animations, like the moving tweened ones, but beforehand, I'm like, whoa, I haven't done that before. And you're like a main source of inspiration for like my animations, like the tweening ones.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, that's so flattering. But like, wait. So what program do you use for your animating?
I use like Adobe products.
Like After Effects?
I think I use Premiere Pro for those ones.
Ah, I see. Yeah, for my video editing, I use a free program called DaVinci Resolve, and that's like what I use to animate Weeby's like ending screen as well. I'm like, I don't know how to use Live 2D.
Oh yeah, as well as meeting you, I remember as well, I saw the artwork that so I finished, wait, no, so, okay, I need to remember the story. So I saw on your Twitter, like an image of Ava holding Damon.
Yes, okay, I'll switch to that screen.
Yeah, so I saw that, and I was like, oh, that's really wholesome. And I didn't think that was actually related to the story. But then I played through it, and then I was like, oh, this is what it's referencing. When she was describing that, poked him in the face, and then bridal carrying. And I'm like, oh, I really want to show the artworks on my stream. Not stream, playthrough. So then I reached out to you, and then I asked, oh, can I show it? And I was accidentally about to not ask credit. Like, I was going to credit it in the thing, but I thought I should ask permission beforehand to make it better.
Yeah. I think it's always great, like, it's good etiquette to ask for permission if it's, like, an easy thing to do. Because I know, like, for example, like, if an artist is on Pixiv or on a website that you aren't, like, you don't have an account on, it might be harder to ask. So, like, the best thing you can do if you can't ask easily is to just credit them on screen and in the description of videos. But because you could reach me on Twitter, I am very glad that you did actually ask for permission to put it into your little Let's Play.
I'm very glad I asked permission too.
Yeah, actually, now that we're on the topic of like that Let's Play, I believe the Project Eden's Garden Let's Play video that you did is like the first kind of Let's Play video that you've attempted. Like this is
yeah.
also like your first live stream, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that
wow.
Eden's Garden video is the first time I tried using. It's my second time using my voice at a video, and I did not understand that you need to have water during it. And then I was getting dehydrated. I'm like, oh no, I might sound a bit off.
That's right, everyone in the chat. Make sure you hydrate.
And I didn't know that I could pause it whenever I need to fix something. And I realized too late because I had two problems during my playthrough. One, the video cut off at one point, so I had to fix that. And I don't remember what the other problem was. So I must have resolved it.
But yeah, like, I guess that's something I wanted to ask you about. Like, are you interested in doing more Let's Play or like live stream stuff in the future?
I'm quite interested in it, but I currently not at the moment, but in the future I would love to try to experiment more with it.
Like, when I think about making videos and like live streaming in general, like I kind of started making video content because I didn't just want to draw, I think. I wanted to do things that would also just kind of expand my like skill set, I guess. And also like I found that after doing streaming for a while, you kind of also how do you say, you have to get out of your comfort zone, right?
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, and I think it was good because I think I've gotten better at talking in general by, you know, just streaming and needing to talk to people as I stream.
During like artworks, do you ever have this feeling like, oh, I want to experiment trying this, and then you do it and it's like changed a little bit of your style and you're going, oh, this has improved my art like phenomenally?
Let me think. I feel like in general, I kind of stick to my comfort zones when it comes to art. Like, I'm not a background artist and I generally don't attempt it. I think it's not that I wouldn't attempt it. I don't know, I don't have the patience to do it. But if I was given like time and opportunity to try, I think I would have to be in the mood for it, you know? I'm kind of comfortable where I am, so I don't feel the need to push myself. But I also push myself in other ways. Like I don't want like drawing to be the only skill that I have, I guess.
Yeah, as well as the drawing the background one. So you know, like the Weeby and all the other executions. Before,
yeah, that you've done.
I was not a fan of drawing the backgrounds. I'm like, oh, I'm up to that stage. And then suddenly, by practicing a whole lot more, I got better at drawing the backgrounds. And I'm really glad I spent the time trying to draw them.
Yeah, that's great. Like, of course, like with anything, as the more you practice something, the better you will get at it. And
like,
we'll probably... Oh, yes, go first.
Yeah, you may not feel the improvement at it, like, during it, or, like, know it past the timeline, but let's say, I draw the Weeby one, so to, like, the Weeby and Blaze one, I'm a little bit ashamed of the backgrounds, and I wish I could improve them now, but I'm glad I took the time to draw it like that, because next time I drew Lonely Lemurs one, and I'm going, hang on, let me try something else, as I got a feel of trying to draw the backgrounds. I want to experiment, and I'm so glad I tried that, because my brain, like, figured out and was talking to me going, try this, and I'm really glad I spent the time practicing. Although my first attempts weren't good, I'm really glad I went the time to at least attempt them.
That's a great mindset to have. Like, maybe I'm a coward. Maybe I don't want people to judge me for my bad backgrounds, but like you kind of have to just push yourself to try new things if you want to improve in those aspects.
Oh yeah. Can you show the next screen? Because I'd like to tell you a story.
Okay. So the next frame that I'm going to show, I haven't seen it yet because you said you wanted to make it a surprise for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it.
Okay. So, okay, I'll give context. So this is the time I saw your first video of the...
It's me!
your
Yes.
first video about the weeby art, and then I couldn't figure out what your banner was. So your profile picture.
Oh
So then
yeah.
during the game, during the video, you had the one on the left. But I thought on your profile picture, due to the white hair, I thought you looked like a cat first. So that's what the second
Oh.
image is.
Oh, you thought my hair was just like the background.
So can you see what I'm referring to as well on the profile picture?
Yeah. That's
That's what I thought.
that's so funny. I'm a little cat. uh, that's so good. I was wondering. I was like, is that supposed to be like cat ears, or like did you not finish drawing it? No, you literally meant that I look like a little.
Yeah, I thought it was like a Animal Crossing like character. I couldn't understand what it was. And then a few days later, I'm like, wait a minute, it's the same character as in the video.
That's so funny. Thank you for that. Let's go back to the screen for now. But yeah, that's really funny. We'll probably go back to discussing your Danganronpa videos in a bit, but I kind of wanted to focus a bit more on like more just art in general questions. And so I wanted to ask, do you have any artwork that you're particularly proud of?
Yes, I have like lots of artworks that I'm proud of, and then there's one on the screen now, I think.
Yes.
So I returned from a 3-day camp without like my phone and artwork stuff because I didn't want it to get damaged, lost, or destroyed. So I'm like, hey, I'm tired. I want to try something new. I wanted to try grayscale artwork to see how it would do for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, during it, I'm like, this looks really off. And I'm like, no, keep trying. And then suddenly, I understood the premise of it. And then that's how I drew the character. I think it's on the screen.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, Kanade Otono Koji.
Let's just do a thing where we say like, no spoilers in the chat, please. I haven't played or watched this game myself. This is a Danganronpa fan game. So if you know this character, if you know this character, please don't spoil anything in the chat because I do not know this character.
Okay.
So you're saying that you started this one as like a grayscale piece and then put color on top of it?
Yeah, I wanted to try it because I know like some artists like Maddox Heza talk about, I use grayscale to make my artworks, and I'm like, I want to try that one day, and I tried it before, and on my Twitter profile picture is an attempt of it, like a mixture of Danganronpa and my style. I'm like, I can improve this. I just want to understand how. And then later, like similar to the story of the backgrounds, I figured out, let my brain do the thinking for a moment, and then let the creativity flow and figure it out.
Yeah. Because I know that is a technique where you start in grayscale and then like use layer overlays or whatever to add color onto it, and I think it's a good way of doing like shading because you are basically looking at black and white and grays, and so you are able to like have contrast in your tones and things like that. So I think, like, was this your first attempt at doing this?
It was my first proper attempt at doing grayscale.
Yeah, I think you did a great job.
And then the next image...
Oh yeah, let's go.
...is like a recent series that I got into. So it's something called Milgram, and I found out the series through Weeby's video describing it. And then I watched it, and I just fell in love with the series due to its complexity.
So, I believe Milgram is like a video song series that is created by Dekonina, the Vocaloid producer, but I think it's actually not Vocaloid vocals for this song series, right?
Yeah, it's different artists, like, and singers that work on the project. But it's like, you can think of it as a Vocaloid mixed in with a Danganronpa feel.
I can see how that is appealing. I haven't actually checked out Milgram very thoroughly myself, but hearing that description, I probably should. It's like a mix of my two greatest loves.
I think you'll find it really interesting.
Okay, should we move on to the next slide?
Yeah, sure.
So,
the next
what was this one?
So, I helped Lonely Lima with his Danganronpa YouTubers, and then I was inspired to make Zell, the voice actor, into a Super Danganronpa Another 2 artwork. So I realized it has a little. It has no spoilers, like. But if I describe to you what the artwork is about, then it'll probably be spoilers.
Don't worry about that. We'll just skip that info for now then. I think like the artwork does appear to be like based on, is it gacha life or something? I don't know what that is. Was that how they made their avatar? Is that why it's in this style?
So Lonely Lima made all the characters in the cast in the gacha style, in the gacha life. And then he sent me the image of Zell to work on for an animation, and I'm like, I want to try making this artwork. So then I tried it, and I found it really interesting on how so this wasn't a grayscale artwork, but this is just like a random feel. It's like, what do I want to try? You're applying
like kind of similar techniques in the hair shading and everything. Cool. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. All right. These pixel things. Okay, firstly, I did not know that you made a pixel, like little Danganronpa pixel art of Chuu right here, so I'm very excited about that one. But yeah.
I want to make it as a little surprise as well, for like allowing me to be an interviewee.
Oh, thank you. You'll have to send it to me later. I want to use it.
I can do also other animations as well that you can discuss as well.
Oh, okay. So maybe discuss what the sprites on the left are about.
Okay, so the ones on the left are for a video that I made. It's because I like messing around with pixel art. So it's you know the Wheel Decides Their Fate videos?
Yes, I have seen a couple of them.
So Blaze made a Wheel Decide Their Fate video, and this is some of the outcomes of the story of theirs. So I made a Can Blaze Survive Danganronpa 2 and 1, but I animated it in pixel.
Oh, I see.
Unfortunately, Kamida died.
God damn it, I see him. Is that like a washing machine or something?
Yeah.
Why would you kill him? On my stream? Get out of here.
I'm sorry, it wasn't
Not
me.
only do you kill him in the execution you made for me, it wasn't enough for just me. You had to kill many Komidas as well.
That's how I make this despair.
You make me despair, indeed.
Yes.
And then the ones on the right are of YouTubers, correct? All of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's Weeby, your favorite NPC, I think Danganronpa, Bijou Mike, the one with the K and the third one on the bottom, they're the same character, but with a hoodie and no hoodie.
Oh.
So they're like a remixer, KPHCH or something like that. And then there's Maddox Heza, and then the last one is Chuu, khee.
Right. Yes, me. Oh, that's right. You were mentioning to me before, like, Mad, how she, right?
Yeah.
Yes, how she made the very popular Weeby sprites, and we were discussing about like this is why everyone draws Weeby with a full white jacket now.
Oh yeah.
Because like in the original artwork, I drew Weeby with a Monokuma like split black and white jacket, and I was like looking at Weeby's fan art. I'm like, why does everyone draw Weeby with a full white jacket?
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter about you questioning it, and then I'm like, okay, if I get the opportunity, I'll explain it. And then I got the opportunity. I'm like, oh wait, I remember this. So yeah, so Maddox Heza wanted to make Weeby look more of a protagonist feel, which is why she's gotten a Hoge as well.
And
But
also
by the
changed it
time
to
I
a full
started,
white.
by the time I started YouTube, I actually made Weeby in your version, and then there was a updated version. I'm like, what do I do?
It's okay. I think it's really cool though. Yeah. Well, let's move on to the next slide.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know what else I can add to that. I just think it's funny that because of the sprites, everyone's fan art of Weeby is now in a full white jacket. I'm sorry, I see you in the chat. It's okay. I think it's actually pretty fun that if that was your intention to make Weeby look more protagonist-like, to remove the Monokuma jacket. Alright, let's keep going. And I think this is the last artwork we're going to talk about, right? So it's like the splash style?
Yeah, splash art. So like you see in the V3 opening, they've got like the splash arts of all the characters, and I wanted to try making my own versions. And I'm really proud of how they all turned out. And you can see the little pixel. So yeah, I've got a funny story. So I can make complex artworks, I can make pixel sprites, but I cannot draw like a Danganronpa sprite to save the life of me.
Yeah, that's something like I think Mad did like super well. Like, especially like with the Weeby sprites that I saw. Like, I was like, yo, this looks so legit! They look so, like, real! Like, real Danganronpa sprite artwork. And I guess I've attempted to, like, trace over Danganronpa sprites before, but I always feel like I don't know how to make it look, like a real Danganronpa sprite. I think it's something to do with, like, maybe the line width or the texturing, or, like, how they draw clothing folds in a very specific, like lumpy way.
Yeah.
Which is like not what I'm used to. So I feel like I have a hard time drawing artwork that looks like a real Danganronpa sprite.
And I agree totally. And you remember I was talking about improving with the backgrounds? So far, this is the only one I'm not going to attempt at the moment. I'm not going to follow my own rules with the sprite versions.
Yeah, I think it's fine, especially because like the Danganronpa splash art, there really isn't background stuff anyway. It's kind of just like the like ink like swipe that they do for like motion lines. All right, well, thank you for showing me some of your art. Let's go back to the screen for now. Oh right, so I wanted to ask you what artists have inspired you in particular for your own artworks, or I guess like the subjects of your artworks.
Yeah. So there's some of them. There's like 2 sections of them, and I accidentally forgot to credit someone. So with like the Danganronpa art in general, I'm inspired by Knifeass Greentail on Twitter, who's the lead artist on Project Eden's Garden. And I accidentally forgot to add her, but Maddox Hezzer inspires me as well. Because before, I was like a really low YouTuber, and I saw Maddox Hezzer's stream of making like a Weeby fan-made execution. And that's how I got to know Maddox Hezzer. And I've been watching her stream since then.
Yeah, I also caught one of her streams more recently, but I couldn't... Oh, wait! I tried to watch a bit of her Project Eden's Garden stream, actually. And then I also, like, lurked a little bit in the one of the art streams as well recently, too.
Also, the one on the top left and the right...
Yeah, so we didn't want to put art on here that we couldn't like ask permission for, so that's why you're just gonna have to look at profile and text.
Yeah, so yeah, we were looking for the originals, and then they say as well, do not repost. And we didn't want to show it on here because that would be reposting. And we had no way to contact them to ask for permission.
So you are there have been a lot of like fan artworks. I think one of the artists is Orima, who has created like Danganronpa looking executions for characters that didn't get official executions, and that's like one of the things you were probably inspired by. Yeah.
So I'm inspired. Yeah, the ones with the close-up headshots of all the characters, like Mahiru, Hiyoko, Aoi, Fuyuhiko, and Byakuya, like those ones on the internet that you see. And then there was something, there was another artist I saw. If you type up BTMR_2 Danganronpa, then you'll find the artwork I'm referring to. I think it had the Persona characters in like a Danganronpa styled artwork.
I think it's always cool to see people who can imitate Rui Komatsuzaki's artwork like very convincingly. I don't know, it's just like, I don't know, Rui has like a very distinct art style, which I'm like, you cannot associate anything with their art and not think Danganronpa at this point. I feel like maybe it's a blessing and a curse for them. But I'm glad to see that they're still working with Kodaka and the same team for like the upcoming games like what's it? Raincode. I'm really excited for Raincode.
Oh, me too. I'm very excited to see how that turns out. As you can see, the Danganronpa art in it. Also, like, it's a new kind of mystery genre.
I think it'll be very interesting. All right. Well, let's on that kind of topic. I'm gonna skip the question that we prepared. But when or how did you get into Danganronpa?
Oh yes, I forgot about this story. Thank you for bringing this up. Let me find my notes on it. Okay, so imagine a little child, I know, like a teenager, who was into Yandere Simulator. So they understand the process of, so they understand death in all of that. So then I saw someone named Ruben the Pig 080 make a video called The Trial to Solve Haruka's Killer Ruben Romper. I'm like, oh, what's this about? So then I watched it and I was very confused. I go, what's a Danganronpa?
Danganronpa.
Yeah. So I typed up Danganronpa and then it says Danganronpa, all deaths and executions. And for some reason, I like to watch spoiler videos without trying to get into series. Like, you know, like those anime explains.
Yeah.
So I watched it, and then I was horrified with all the executions and deaths. So I pretty much got spoiled of the whole series.
I always, like, whenever I try to get someone into Danganronpa, I'm like, do not look it up! Just take my recommendation and try it. If you don't like it, then it's fine. But like, don't look it up because if you Google Danganronpa, you're just gonna get spoilers everywhere.
But however, like years after that, I purchased the game to play it, and I'm really glad I did because in the ending of V3, it's better to experience it than to be told it. Because I knew about the ending. Wait, are we allowed to discuss it?
Yeah, so just to let you guys know, Danganronpa spoilers are completely okay on this stream. So whoops. If you have not finished the Danganronpa series, maybe mute for a little while.
Okay, so for spoilers on V3, and I found out that it talked about fiction a lot, and I was like, oh, okay, this makes sense. But then I felt the game. I played the game, and then I felt the emotional weight it had about saying it was fiction. So I'm really glad I played the game, because the despair I felt after playing it, despite me knowing who's going to die and all of that, it was very fun to feel the emotions that the game wants you to feel.
What year do you remember when you got into Danganronpa? Was it like kind of more recently?
I think like 5 or 4 years ago.
I see. So wait, did you play all of the Danganronpa games like kind of in a row?
Yeah. I also played Despair Girls as well, and I watched the anime. And I liked the anime, but then I realized the formula of that. They were going to keep alive the characters in the original cast, and they were going to keep killing off all the new characters.
I think it's like poor Munakata, the only one who gets to survive from the new people. Oh wait, and Mitarai, Ryota. But like yeah, he's a little forgettable, unfortunately, in some regards. even though, like, you know when DR3 came out, and I'm on the side where I don't enjoy DR3, but when they showed off Ryota and Mitarai, I was like, oh my god, an animator, and he looks really tired. This is so true.
I feel like they must have realized that the fans really liked the series and tried to replicate it, and they're like, ooh, how about we pay homage to the audience?
I think it was fun that it was an animator, because I think they were going for the fact that like it was an anime, so having an animator would have been like a fun character to have as part of the cast. Anyway, let's not discuss DR3, otherwise I'm gonna be like, I hate it. But yeah, I guess within 5 years, that is it's been quite a while, but I was wondering, like, because you kind of spoiled everything before you played it, did you feel like that took away from any of the experience that you had? Because you kind of, like, even if you don't really remember it because you watched it a while ago, were you like, oh, this character's not gonna make it to the end, so I'm not gonna invest my, like, emotional feelings into this character?
So what I did as well is that, you know, the free time events.
Yeah.
So I would specifically go up to the people who I know was going to die and just talk to them.
Ah, I see. Yeah, I feel like if I was ever going to Let's Play or like stream Danganronpa now, I think I would probably do the same thing where like you kind of just spend a bit more time with characters you know are not gonna make it. But then you'll never finish anyone's free time of it because they'll die.
Oh, on the topic of like Danganronpa, who are your favorite characters?
Did you did you really ask me that question?
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Nagi no Kawaii is the very, 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 very obvious answer. Actually, I do have more characters that I like than just like Kawaii, but who is your absolute favorite then?
Okay. So I have like 2 sets of like favorite characters. So well, let me explain that a bit more. So like,
okay.
I made myself have a favorite for each series, and then I gave myself an additional character to be my favorite.
Okay. So like two from each?
Like 1 from each, and then plus 1 for all the game in general.
Ah, I see. Okay.
So 4 in total. So my favorite in the first game was Kiyotaka.
Oh.
My favorite in the second game was Hiyoko, where I can see where a lot of people dislike her. I currently I like disliking her as well.
Oh, I see.
It's like, she has so much potential to be a better person. And then in V3, my favorite is Tenko.
Oh, wow.
So, and then
Wait. Do you like really loud characters?
Honestly, I don't like those loud characters, like Ibuki. I didn't enjoy, like, the ones that, like, say, like, anything that comes to their mind. I prefer characters that are more thoughtful, like Kyoko.
Ah, I see. Is that your, like, general fave? Kyoko?
Hiyoko in the second cast, because I didn't really enjoy everyone else, well, except for, like, Chiaki.
Wow. Okay.
Well, I enjoyed Nagito too, don't worry.
Oh, thank you for making that clear for me. I'm gonna be like, I gotta unfriend you.
Oh no. Oh, also, like, the extra person that I was talking about.
Yeah.
One of my main favorites as well is Sumugi.
Oh, sweet. Okay, I approve of that.
I'd like to explain why, because I find it as an interesting story. So imagine you've been spoiled for the game, and you know who the mastermind is.
Yes.
And you want to watch what they do to drop hints into the story.
Yes.
And then suddenly, you forget they existed, and then they pop up again.
Oh, poor Plains Moogie. You're
So
like, I know it's you, but I also forgot about you.
Yes, because I like how they made it intentional that you would forget her character, and I quite enjoy that. Being as a person who got spoiled by the series about, ooh, who's the mastermind? You're the mastermind. Oh wait, no, there you are again.
Yeah, I think like when you say it like that, it is kind of cool because like for the first game, right? Junko is like not really present in like the group, right? Unless you count like her appearances as Monokuma interacting with the cast until the very end. And then in the second game, it's supposed to be like Junko, but also Izuru. But Izuru isn't present in like the cast. But Mugi counts as like the one mastermind of like a main game who is like actually visible for like the entire duration. And because I went into V3 spoiler free, right? I tried to be as blind as possible going through with that because that was the first Danganronpa game that I could play for myself as the first experience, and I'm also on the side that I liked Tsurugi. Clearly, I made the animatic about her, but
Yes, another Tsurugi lover.
I was interested in her from the beginning because I was just like, she's a cosplayer. I like to cosplay Danganronpa. I like her. And then chapter 6 happens and you're like, yo!
And then when everyone likes to cosplay, it's fine. But when the cosplayer cosplays as the characters, no
You're
one
like,
likes
whoa. Yeah, like, come on, guys. We're gonna promote Tsurugi here. Oh, speaking about like characters you do like, let me get to this question by Alexandra the Ultimate Gamer, which is who is your least favorite Danganronpa characters?
I would say my least favorite is kind of like Miu. I just didn't really like the way that she's like really annoying. And then
Anyone
like
else?
Kokichi,
Hot takes. Don't come after us, by the way. We just have opinions.
And then I didn't like the way Kazuichi was like annoying Sonya a lot. And then I understand though, it goes like, you know how they killed off Hiyoko in chapter 3? Some
yes.
characters are going to die without having their full potential. And that's why I'm okay with her dying in chapter 3. But a lot of people are like, no, you must be able to survive with a potential character arc. And I'm like, generally in a real game, people wouldn't do that. Like Tsumugi has no like character arc or whatsoever.
Ooh, when you put it that way, is that maybe why you also like Ishimaru?
I like him because he's very to the rules, and I like following rules too.
But when you say like someone's like potential or like how like that gets cut off short, I was thinking like between like the parallels of like Ishimaru and Hiyoko's situation where they lose someone very important to them, and Ishimaru is kind of just like he loses himself, right?
Yeah.
He's like unable to like get past it, whereas Hiyoko, like she also like struggles a lot, but like she actively works to like make herself a better person as well, which is kind of admirable. Like she's growing from the death, while as Ishimaru kind of needs like he needs to mourn.
Yeah, Ishimaru like died inside, and then it didn't help that there was an alter ego.
Oh yeah, I think that part was kind of like unnecessary to his character a little bit, but you know, it's a little wacky.
And then it was like it was really obvious about chapter 3 who the victims and killer was.
Thanks, Cecil. Okay, you know what? We can come back to other questions later, but let's go back to this one. In like that sense, do you have like a favorite chapter or trial?
I didn't really think of much about the chapters or trials due to being spoiled, and but I think if I could try to think of one in the top of my head, I think the first game in V3 and the first chapter, the way it's presented, with you can't really tell who the killer is.
So you like chapter 1 of V3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think chapter 1 of V3, maybe stop playing the game for 2 months.
Oh, you...
Did you know that?
Oh, I did not know that. I didn't see any of your
So,
playthroughs. Well, I actually...
don't worry about that. But like, yeah. Oh, yeah, continue.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I went into the game thinking Suichi was the protagonist the whole time.
Oh.
And then our challenger goes, no, it's Kaede. And I go, no, it's Suichi. And then I play the game. Oh, Kaede.
And then you're like, oh, now it's Shuichi.
Now it makes sense why it's Suichi.
I see. Well, in that sense, because you do a lot of like Danganronpa execution video thingies, do you think that's partly inspired because your first like look into the series was that execution video?
I would say it's probably the main reason as well.
Do you have like a favorite execution? Or
I
favorites? Maybe top 3.
Yeah. Top 3. I have top 2.
Okay, go for it.
In tied first place is Leon and Kaede's execution.
Yeah, Leon's one, like, because I believe like Leon's execution was like part of the what's it called? Distrust, like the pitch for the whole series, right? I still think Leon's one is like great. I think like
I agree too.
You do see all the characters are watching the deaths, but I feel like Leon's is maybe the most in your face about it because they're watching like from behind the gate. Like they're not watching the execution on a screen, right?
Yeah,
and I guess
like
Kaide's kind of the same way.
The
like,
camera perspective as well on who it's just focused on.
Yeah. Is Leon's technically like the closest the other cast is compared to the actual like killing area? I don't know. Maybe not Pecco's cause you went in there, but you know what I mean? Like I like seeing the executions where it feels like it's happening right in front of them, or like it's very elaborate and very specific for the character.
Ones I kind of didn't like though were like Pecco and Kurumi. Being spoiled, I didn't overly enjoy the feel. So my opinions on those is that my idea on the executions is that the less movability like and actions the character can have, the more despair someone can have. So I'm trying
so you
to
feel like
more,
they kind of had
more free will.
You're like, I want them strapped down, tied up, killed on the spot without being able to do anything.
That's what my idea of the Danganronpa style is. But as well, I didn't get to understand the emotional weight they had in the story with Fuyuhiko and being the prime minister. So I feel like Danganronpa does stuff like they have a list, and then the last dot point of what to do is if the character is unique where the execution needs to be changed, then they'll have to change it. So like as you can see, in V3, I'll give an example. Kaede, I forget the third killer. Korekio. Yeah, Korekio, Kaito, and Gonta all cannot move from where they are. And then Kurumi has her own free will due to being, I will not die. And it's like her choice not to die.
But doesn't that make it more despairing? Where they're fighting for their lives?
Well, because I see a lot of executions. I'm not going to name a specific one, so I don't say any hurt anyone's feelings. But most of the fan-made executions I see consist of showing a deception, and I think deception executions don't have potential of true despair. Because if you know that they're going to lie, and he goes, "What's the point of trying to survive the execution?"
Oh, so you kind of just want the person to have to kind of accept what's gonna happen to them. They have no chance of escape, kind of feeling. Yeah. Oh, so damn!
I prefer
that's sadistic.
Yeah, Teru. So he can't
maybe this is why you make your own execution videos. You're like, I need to see more of that, please.
Yeah. Unfortunately, because mine's a head-up shot, I can't show and I have to try to do it through text instead of showing, don't telling. And I'm trying to fix the problem of telling and not showing. So that's why I actually made the little animation of you on the wheel. I'm like, it's not interesting if I just do no animation. So I wanted to add more animatics.
Yeah, because I think was Weebies the first one that you made? We can probably go to this gallery actually.
Weeby was the first Danganronpa character to get executed.
Oh my god, Weeby's a Danganronpa character.
So yeah, I was thinking more I was trying to think of more of the analysis talent that she when she talks in the video going, it's the ultimate talent is a little too complimentary. And I'm maybe I can use that. because what I also do is that I choose the content creators that I watch as well, and slash or people that I see that don't get enough, like Danganronpa fan art of, like, whoa, what if they look like in Danganronpa? And then I try to see what is it in their videos that represent them. So, and then with Yuki, I'm like, Komaida. I'm like, I want to try to make him as serious as possible. So if someone wanted to it's like if on a piece of paper and then you transfer it to an animation, that it's serious enough, but it has humor in it as well. So instead of it's just like a rat trap. Like I was to critique yours a little bit, instead of just going, "Ooh, there's a rat trap," and then you just go dumb.
Yeah.
Like, so it's my own personal experience, like preference about the no free will. So you can't decide what happens in the execution.
Yes, the
so
wheel
imagine if
decides.
like Peko was actually able to succeed in her destruction, then Monoki was like, gun. Sort of like how he does with Nekomaru.
Gun versus sword. Who will win? But actually, now that I'm thinking about it, Weeby's one isn't actually the first execution thing that you did, right?
Oh yeah, I had
it's this one.
Oh yeah. So the artwork there is a practice one because I wanted to try it, and I go, I don't want to try on an actual character that I've got no experience with making the Danganronpa art style. So I'm like, let me try on a simple character with not much features. And then I own the plushie of this character at home named Poppy Bros. I'm like, let's try this character. And I'm really glad I tried it because it looks very cute, in my opinion, as a Danganronpa character.
Murder your innocent childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see what my questions were. Oh, right. So, there are people who ask, but I can't find it specifically right now. But people have asked you, like, how do you come up with the concepts? I think. Let me see. How long does it take you to make those fan-made? Oops. Ah!
Oh no!
Oh, spoilers!
No one's got anything.
Wrong slide.
Oh, no,
anyway.
she saw it. Sorry.
No! I didn't mean to! Forget that. Erase that from your mind right now. Okay, how long does it take you to make the executions?
It takes
like from start to finish. Like let's say who you pick, how you create the little scenario, to the art, to the editing, to everything.
So for when I'm making it, it takes like a few weeks to a month, I would say. Like a general while, like in breaks. Because I can't finish all of them if I don't feel overly motivated to finish it.
Right.
And then I try to figure out as well, okay, while I'm making the artwork, what can I base the execution about?
So like for mine, you said like with Komaida, and I guess you were inspired by the fan art that you saw as well?
Yeah, I saw the one with the spinning wheel one, and I remember, I'm not sure if it was a real description for it, but imagine it was like, Nagito uses his luck to survive, and then he gets really nauseous at the end that he chooses that he wants to die. So he uses his luck to die.
He's like, I'm tired of spinning around, just end me already.
Yeah. So I like the way that one is written.
Yeah. I think there is like a semi-official, like, I can't remember if this was actually a fan-made or if it was like semi-official, but there's a Danganronpa scenario for Komaida where he's like on a platform that's being suspended by ropes, and Monokuma cuts like a bunch of ropes, but the platform doesn't fall, and instead Komaida like burns to death. I think that's like, I can't remember if that's an official or a fan-made scenario, but I think
I don't think there was any official executions for the second game. It was only the first game that had ones.
Ah, I see. Oh, okay, then maybe it is a fan-made thing. But I do like how there's that theme where his death would be a luck-based kind of concept. I think that's pretty cool. So, like, let's go back to the thing with like Weeby. So Weeby has like the whole like medical equipment kind of thing. How did you like get that from like the analyst? Was that like a maybe like observing her brain.
Because Weeby made so Weeby made analysis videos of characters, and I liked watching those and understanding the characters a little bit more.
So was it like a literal dissection?
Yes. And then I don't remember what I used now, but in the video, a while ago, I remember what the name. Let me find it a quick second.
Yep. Guys, don't remember that I accidentally screwed off, okay, guys?
Oh yeah, a forensic pathologist. So I remember that one day about dissecting like a corpse, and the reason why it was like.
Oops.
I don't remember why I chose it, but then I was thinking that's what inspired me to do the dissection execution.
I see.
As like to understand the character, you gotta like open it up.
I hope Weeby isn't scared of you. Actually, I hope all the people you've done executions for aren't scared of you. Like, we're chill, right? You wouldn't kill me, actually.
Yeah. We gotta watch out for Lonely Lemur though. He's in the chat, so he might be the one that's doing that too.
Oh, hey, how about out of the videos that you have made, do you have a favorite?
I would say all of them are my favorite because of the way everyone like enjoys it. Because I did not know people would make videos describing it. So I saw it one day on like a feed going, "Oh, Weeby reacts to the video." I'm like, "Wait, what?" And I was like really excited the whole time. And then I made one for Blaze a while later, and then Blaze reacted to it, and then Kego Kev, and then you reacted to it, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
I'm joining the bad wagon.
Like a Danganronpa YouTuber.
No, you made me feel like a Danganronpa YouTuber. I was like, "Oh my god, I'm getting my own execution!" Like, whoa! I feel legit now.
Yeah.
So I guess it's mutual. It's a mutual thing. That's fun though. But like that's so wholesome. I'm glad that you said that it was like the people who react to it and everything. Like, yeah. Honestly, like having an audience who like enjoys what you do is really motivating. Would you ever live stream one of your like artworks maybe like while you're working on it?
I might do in the future because it sounds like an interesting idea, and then people will, like can give tips or like their own suggestions or their own theories on who may the character be. I haven't really thought of it yet, but I might do that in the future.
That sounds fun. If you do live stream at some point, I'll come check it out.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. So there was a question. Let me try find it. Oh, by the way, thank you to Quiet Kid Hisoro for that last question. Let me see. Oh, here is a question. What was the hardest thing you have done about the Danganronpa like editing video or something? Because I think I saw you also created a video where like was it like needles or something getting shot at a character and there was like a bunch of like camera angles? One. Yeah. Was that probably your like most ambitious?
Yeah. So that was from a fan made Danganronpa, like a fangame that got cancelled. So it's called Danganronpa Rebirth. And then they had to update it called Danganronpa Rebirth Voices because the ownership like changed people. So then that character gets executed, and I'm like, instead of because of the the free will thing about the executions.
Yes.
So I did not follow my own advice when making it because I actually did not know what to do for the execution. And then I was just thinking instead, I'm not sure.
Yes, keep going.
Instead, like I actually added. What did I add? Oh, the mask of comedy and tragedy, because the character was very like emotional and stuff like that. It's like she was like, "Oh, I'm no good," and it's like I could see that. One day I was just mad at something like outside of Danganronpa, and I was just thinking of Nick, the character, and I was like, "You're just whining all the time." I'm like, "Wait a minute, the mask of tragedy," and I just got my inspiration for the execution.
Wait. Let me put it on screen so people know what we're talking about.
Yeah,
This
that
one,
one.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So this one, when I watched it, I was like, oh my god, you're attempting so many camera angles. Do you think you would want to make more complicated Danganronpa execution videos as well?
Yes, I have one that I'm thinking of in the moment. It's like in drafts. Instead of like making one of the speed paint videos, I'm making a speed paint video for a person. They know that I'm making one for them as well. But I haven't said who I'm making. I want to. So wait, let me think about it for a second. So I made a killing game when I was like first got in the series, and then I wrote an execution for like a specific ultimate talent. And then one of the new friends that I made along the way had that talent that I could add into the execution. So I'm like, oh, I want to attempt that because I'm really proud of this execution idea that I wrote up.
Yeah. Oh wait, so do you have like a full cast of like Danganronpa OCs?
I don't now because it was like a really old one, and I have like an updated version. Like it's not inspired by that old series. It's a different one, and so there's two things that I want to do in the future. One is like an original fangan, and then a Danganronpa YouTubers, like my own adaptation.
Oh, wait. So talk a little bit more about this as I pause on this video.
Okay. So about the fangan, I've actually have drafts of the characters. I'm not proud of the characters.
I think this could be appropriate
but
question. So the Gamer Animates has asked, would you ever make a Danganronpa fan game?
Okay, so I want to make one in the future, and I'm proud of the backstory, because if you're a Danganronpa fan, you know that you would try to make the characters first and then the story. I want to fix my characters up because they're all flawed, but I'm really proud with the story of the background, because I wanted to make it unique instead of like Host Peak. Instead of everyone getting accepted, what if some people are like pending? People who are about to go in, people who have experienced it already, and then some people who are just joining, like a mixture of those ones.
Oh, so like, for example, some current students, some people who graduated, some people who are like still applying for the school.
Yeah, then some people who are currently already existing in the school. But I'm not going to make it Hope's Peak because I don't think anyone wants to know about Hope's Peak or Junko again.
It's like it's gonna be like its own alternate spin-off universe.
Yeah. Sort of like how Eden's Garden did their one.
I think some people asked about like what's your fave fangan? Because like clearly you have more, I don't know, you have been interested in more fangans than I have. So what's your opinion on that?
So my favorite I think would be the one with the character you saw at the start, the Kanade one. Super Danganronpa Another 2. I think that's my favorite.
I see. And I've always been curious. So is Super Danganronpa 2 like or that one, the Another one, is that just a video series or is it actually a playable game?
It is a playable game. And the reason why it has the number 2 in it is because there's a previous one that they made, but they updated like the art and the story a whole lot more.
Oh wow.
So if
and that's like a fully completed project. Because I think it's one of like it's been out for a couple of years now or something.
Yeah, it has been.
Yeah. Cool. To bring it, I mean, we kind of already discussed it, but I'll just play the one that you did for me on the screen as we talk. Let me see what else, because I think there was more questions like related to okay. Ava T asks, when did you want to start doing Danganronpa content? So like, yeah, like what made you want to actually make Danganronpa content?
What happened was I was watching all these YouTubers and I didn't have an account. So I actually knew about it for a long time and I'm like, didn't know what to put up. So then I got help with a friend that helped me set it up. And then I'm like, I tried different versions, and then suddenly I made the weeby one out of just like a random video going, I wonder how this will go. And I'm really glad I actually am in the Danganronpa community because I feel like it's improved my art like a whole lot.
They do say to improve, you just get obsessed with one thing.
Yeah. Because I feel like my art style is a little stylized, then like 100% faithful in the Danganronpa style.
Yeah, like I do not try to attempt like to make my art look like the Danganronpa art style, but you can definitely see that it has like some influence from it.
Yeah.
In that regard, I guess, do you have any like art goals in terms of like just artwork or video goals for this year or upcoming?
I'm not too sure about art goals, but like the video goals are contain the art, so it's sort of like that feeling. So I do like in the future, I want to make like the Danganronpa YouTubers, the Fangan, but like the Fangan may take a while compared to the Danganronpa YouTubers.
Yeah.
So I might want to focus more on the Danganronpa YouTubers currently.
Cool. Oh, how about you talk about who like in canon Danganronpa? Because you talked about like your favorite and least favorite. Does that mean Peko and Kirumi's are your least favorite executions?
Yeah, they're like my least favorite due to the fact that it has more like you need more context in the story than what I received beforehand. So I did not know. I'm like, oh, why is this character running in? What is he doing? Oh, he's dying. And that's like.
Do you think it changed after you got context?
It changed by like a little bit, but I still feel the same as how it did before.
You were tainted by your first impression.
Yes.
I see. Oh, let's take one more. Another question from the audience that was written. Firstly, it's by Lonely Lemur. Yay! So, congrats on the interview. What are some games outside of Danganronpa that you enjoy?
I feel like I'm too obsessed with Danganronpa, so I actually wanted to try to get my own series that I'm into. And so far, it's that Milgram, the one I was describing before with the weeby art. I don't think I have any other ones besides that. But before I got into Danganronpa, I think I was really into Five Nights at Freddy's and Yandere Simulator. I'm not as much into Yandere Simulator anymore.
I see. Yeah, I guess I could just say, like, I remember... Oh, wait, live streaming isn't available right now. What happened? Are we okay? Is the live stream okay?
Let me check.
Are we still
on?
on?
So far, it seems okay.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I can't see it. It's fine? Oh.
On my perspective,
let's just hope everything's okay.
I'll let you know if something goes wrong.
Okay, yeah, everything should be fine. I don't know why it switched my account. Anyway, scuff, more scuff. So wait, apart from like gaming, I guess any media that you're interested in right now?
Actually, I haven't thought of this question. Media, I guess, like every now and again, I watch Game Theory and all their FNAF lore, and then other ones that they do. Oh, also, before I forget, I have like lots of questions to ask you for the directed to you, but I don't think I'll get all of them. So I'll do like a few of them.
Ooh, for me. Ooh, questions for me. Okay, let's go.
They're actually some of them from my friends and family as well.
Whoa! Oh my god! I'm famous in your family.
So
you're like, you gotta put a picture of Chuu on your fridge. Be like, yeah, that's the relative.
Okay, I might actually do that.
No. Okay, hit me.
I'm doing it after this.
No.
And then I'll show you a photo.
No. They'll be like, why? We have a rat at home. Who let this rat in? Anyway, yes. Okay, question.
Yeah. The first question's from my dad, and he would like to know about your character.
Hi,
like
Shrug's
any backstory
dad.
or background about Chuu, like the design itself.
Ah, okay. Well, it's really funny because I designed my character design for Chuu just a bit over 2 years ago. So I actually remember the date. It was the 22nd of January, 2021. I think that's 2 years ago. And I remember it being like in January specifically because I made Chuu right after the whole Kalmaida thing. So
I didn't have any experience in the Kalmaida.
Yeah, my deep lore. So before Chuu, I had been streaming, but I was using a different avatar. Which, you know what? Do I have? I don't know if I have it saved right now. Let me see if I do. Do I have
while you
avatar?
do that, I'll just say something.
No, I don't.
To
Okay.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
If you see my profile on YouTube and Discord, it's made by Sekana Nisehara. Thank you so much for making it, because I really like it. And I have one of my own like OCs that I'm making for my fangin that submitted into the story of their like, like when people like collect people's OCs and then make a story based off it. Yeah, one of my characters are in that one, and I'm really excited to see how that turns out. To see what kind of lore can I give to that character, because I feel like he's flawed. Oh wait, okay. That just reminded me. This is very ironic. So, I did not know what to do with this character except for his hair, and I traced over the Nagito splash art base and drew its hair over it, and I didn't know any of his name, so I just call him Nagito Boy.
Nagito Boy.
I'll show you what it looks like afterwards, but
okay.
Yeah, I would call him Nagito Boy whenever I saw him and thought of him, and then instead I was thinking, what if I gave him an English name? So I just changed it to Nick to inspire the Nagito.
Oh, is this for the OC that looks like your avatar?
No, it's an OC for the fangin that I would like to make. It's still in beta, so it won't come out anytime soon. Probably the Danganronpa YouTubers will come out first. And I would like to ask like official permission to include you in my future Danganronpa YouTubers.
Whoa, I'm gonna be a character. Are you gonna kill me?
You'll never know.
Oh god. I was like, can I have your permission to kill you? I was like, yeah, sure. Okay, well, as long as like you don't just make every sentence that I say about Kumaida, then it'll be okay. Like I gotta show that my personality isn't just Kumaida.
Okay, so Hatsune Miku as well.
Yes. Add a Miku joke every once in a while.
Maybe John. I can't say his name. John. I always thought it was Jean in the game. Project Eden's Garden.
Oh, Jean.
Jean.
No!
Jean
oh my god! You're just showing my fangirl side. Is that what I am? Ultimate fangirl?
Underneath your name, it's Ultimate Kumaida Enthusiast, so I think
Yes, I am Ultimate Kumaida Enthusiast. Thank you. Thank you for acknowledging my title.
Let me find all the other questions that I got prepared.
But yeah, like, I mean, if you want to add me into a thing, I would be honored, as long as I don't die in a very lame way. Make my death cool. I know I'm not surviving. Oh, but you wanted to ask about my character design. So, yeah. So the reason I came up with Chuu in the first place was because I wanted a character to represent myself. Because previously I had been using my OC to kind of like be a stand-in for myself, and I was like, but I feel like this OC has their own personality and I don't want people to associate me as that character, so I created Chuu.
More of an OC than a Sona.
Yeah, so I wanted to create a Sona character that I could be like, yeah, this one is me. So I created Chuu for that purpose, and she is me. She is me now. She is the rat girl, and I am the rat girl. But yeah, so that was the reason. And like I guess her design, like the aesthetics are all things which I do like. Like I like the asymmetric hairstyle. I like pink and teal as color schemes. I like cheese.
Yeah. I could see it in the
So,
design. Yeah, it was very asymmetrical, and I found that really
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, that's like the design sense that I like. So yeah,
then,
thank you. I hope that satisfies your dad.
Yeah. Another question from my friend. It would be like,
Mm-mm.
my friend asked, like, what are your own ambitions for the future? Like, do you have your own like plans?
Ooh, okay. Well, so I work as a storyboard artist, in real life. So I work
That's
in
really cool.
I work in children's animation. I've worked on a couple of Australian local shows and also some international shows. I've
Whoa.
also storyboarded for some children's films. At the moment, it's probably not things that you would have watched. It does cater for like younger audiences. But yeah, I'm a storyboard
That's really
artist in
cool.
my real-time job, and like that's probably why I like doing animatics as my hobby thing, because I can apply skills that I get from my work into my hobby. Like that's what I enjoy doing. And my ambition for that is like maybe in the future I would love to be able to direct or produce my own cartoon or film aimed
Ooh.
for children, because part of the reason like why I got into drawing was because I used to watch Cartoon Network a lot when I was a kid. I grew up with that. And so like I guess I was just inspired by animation. I always knew that I wanted to do something art related for a career, and I found myself in storyboarding, which I love. I love storyboarding. I hate animating. But yeah, in the future I think like it would be really cool if I could bring it full circle and also create a show or film like that would inspire like future children or adults to like become more interested in animation as well. And
Will you have?
I
Oh,
would
sorry.
want something wholesome. Something wholesome that teaches people how to be good people. You know what I mean?
Can you have a Komodo reference in there or something?
Yeah, I think it would be so funny if someday I could hide Kumaida as like a random background character in a show.
That'll be
But
really cool.
it's hard
And then
to
all the Danganronpa
insert.
fans will just go like, "Oh, did you notice this?"
Yeah, did
then I
you
think
know
that'll-
Komaida appears in this one Australian cartoon for some reason? But yeah, that's my current ambition. But I don't think it will happen for a couple of years. I still think I need more experience as a storyboard artist. I've been doing it since 2018, so yeah, it's been a while. But I think when I'm like 30 or 40, that's when I can think about actually more consistently pursuing a director or producer role. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want the responsibility yet, but I have like tried to pitch cartoon ideas to the studios I've been in. Nothing so far, but you know, you gotta keep going. There's a lot of rejection in anything, really. You just gotta keep going, and like maybe eventually something will stick. You never know.
I believe in you.
Thank you. But outside of my like professional work, like for example this stream, like it's something that I've never done before, and I wanted to just try new things. Like I didn't really think, or I wasn't really, my expectations for this was not that even if the audience like isn't there, even if nobody cares about these interview streams, I wanted to use them as like a way to like talk to people of the communities that I'm part of and get to like spend time with them, and hopefully have a fun time with you as well, as we get to just chat a little bit more, because I like interacting with people from the fandoms that I'm part of. It's like why I like to join zines and things like that, like Discord servers, but not huge Discord servers. I get shy and I do not I don't want to talk to too many strangers, you know what I mean?
I have that feeling too.
But like things like this I think would be really cool, and I would like to invite more people in the future to do this. So again, thank you for like trusting me to come on to this little interview
And
with
thank you
me
for
for the
having me
first
too.
guest. Yeah, I'm glad, and I'm sure like some people who might not know who you are getting to know you now, and like will go find your works. Which, if you want, Shrug's links are in the description of this stream /VOD. So you better go support Shrug.
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube and Twitter.
Yeah, so go do that right now. But yeah, any more questions from your friends or family?
Let me see.
I guess while you're looking, do you have like any career or like goals? Because I think you can probably bring up like the fact that you wanted to maybe try commissions at some point, right?
Oh yeah. So in the future, I would like to try to do commissions. It's like one of my goals after being told by like an in real life friend about they do commissions as well. So I'm like, I really wish I could do that. So I've been researching as well on how it works.
That reminds me, like, so the first time I took proper commission art, like commission things, was because I wanted to purchase the Komaida figure. I wanted to buy a Komaida figure, and I was like, I don't want to ask my parents to buy it for me, so I'm gonna make some money, and then I can buy it. So that was the first time I opened commissions for myself. Because previously, I remember this was on DeviantArt, I actually opened commissions with my in real life high school friend. We did commissions together because we wanted to donate the funds for charity. I forgot what it was for specifically. I think it was some kind of natural disaster event that had happened, and my friend and I wanted to, like, you know, just give in some kind of way. So we opened commissions for charity, and I got 2 commissions out of that, and that was back in my DeviantArt days. Those were my first commissions, and I'm like, wow. So wholesome, so wholesome.
Yeah, that was your first step, and now you're here.
Yeah, and now I'm here, drawing so I can buy more Komaida things.
Yeah, one of my brothers would like to know, are there other series that you like, and do you have any favorite artworks that you've made?
Ooh, favorite artworks. Let me see if I can find it as I'm like talking about it. But other series that I enjoy. Well, I'm still in the middle of like trying to get through AI the Somnium Files, but I've been really enjoying that game. I just haven't been able to like get back to it because I've been really busy doing other things, and I kind of don't want to do a let's play anymore. So
yeah,
AI the Somnium Files was like the first thing that I've tried doing a let's play format for, and I enjoyed it because I got to like edit myself and like add in more visual jokes as it was going.
Oh, I love doing that too for my Eden's Garden too.
Yeah, but I gotta say, as someone who has to edit their own things, it takes a lot of time, and I work full time, so I don't get to just like do things consistently, and that's why like it takes so much time for me to release a let's play episode. And I've just like been on hiatus for AI Somnium Files. But I will get back to it at some point. I want to finish it off before I start any other long form let's play stream thing. But like for example, like my Miitopia stream series, I thought that was like,
I love Miitopia.
Yeah, I did one where like I played as Chuu and then had like Danganronpa characters be the like party and like the townspeople. If you're interested, you can go watch it on my YouTube channel. I have the VODs there. But like I really enjoyed the live banter that I could have with the audience at the time. And so I think in future I will probably only play games while live streaming. I will not do a let's play series again.
I remember I tried to play the AI Insomnium Files. I'm not sure if there's more than one series to that. And I remember there was
yeah,
like,
I think it has a sequel.
Okay. Because I remember there was like one that you have to enter like a girl's mind to help her. She was like become mute after seeing the death of someone. Is
Yeah.
that the one that you're playing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't get past the first option because I couldn't have enough time to finish it.
Mm.
And I remember the choices were so different, and it's like, it's good. It makes you regret either choice.
Makes
Like,
you want
after
to
selecting.
see the other options too. Okay, I'm trying to find an artwork I'm particularly proud of, but I have so many files I can't find anything. Like nothing's jumping to me at the top of my head right now. So we'll continue talking, and if I find something, I'll bring it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you to your brother for being interested in my art. And series. Apart from AI Somnium Files, what else have been into lately?
Jackbox.
Well, Jackbox is fun. I like doing collaborative events like this. I like interacting with
playing
other
Jackbox.
people.
I realized Jackbox because I've got some of the images on there. I've got some of the prompts.
Mm-mm.
We can show the audience some of the prompts to see like how Danganronpa or like khee chuu it is.
Well, maybe a bit later if we have time for it.
Yeah.
I'll just do you have any other question? Yeah. Do you have any other question?
Let me see. Wait, let me find my own question. I think I wrote it down somewhere.
Oh yes. Save your one for last.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm really proud of these ones. If Chuu was in a Danganronpa story, which game would they be in, and what would be the character's backstory?
Oh, weird. Okay, let me think. Like the obvious choice I would pick would be Danganronpa 2 because I would want to be in the same game as Kumaida, right? But that would also mean that I'm somehow a remnant of despair. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't see myself being that, and kind of like the Danganronpa 2 cast technically already have like Ryota, so I think I would be intruding if I were to call myself like the ultimate storyboard artist or whatever. I think that would be like a double up. So for that reason, and I think I don't want Kumaida to get annoyed from me. I would not want to be in the second game for that reason.
You know how like it's like Kazuichi with Sonya? That's you with Kumaida. And then everyone goes, why are you hanging out with Kumaida? He's evil. He's been doing all this hope stuff. You go, but I love it. Yeah,
well, like, if he were real, I think I'd be super afraid.
Yeah.
Like
fictional, but like you would do, like you would say stuff, and then like when it becomes a reality, you go, oh, maybe not.
I think instead, maybe I would prefer to like be part of V3's world, in the sense that like Danganronpa is a series. I don't want to be in the Danganronpa series. I want to be like the audience that like votes.
Oh.
Like that kind of thing.
Well,
you know what?
You'll have 100% survival rate.
Yeah. I won't die because I'm not part of it, but I get to influence Kibo. But I was wondering, what are your thoughts on like the ending of V3? So you know how like nobody votes? I'm like, there's no way. When I thought about it, I'm like, there is no way Tsumugi loses. This is like some anime like protagonist Deus Ex Machina stuff. Like people who are obsessed with Danganronpa, even if they were annoyed, like they would still want Danganronpa to continue.
Yeah, and there'll be people who would vote out of spite, going.
Yeah, it's like, they're gonna keep going. I'm gonna vote for that. Like voting ironically. There is no way.
Oh wait, no. I think I realized why. I think some people did, but it's the majority that said no. So I think some people voted, but the majority said no.
Oh, you think like it's not that like if only one person voted, then it would overwrite everything. It would have to be a majority.
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad we had that conversation because now my understanding of V3 has just widened.
That actually makes more sense if it is a polled decision for Kibo, because like there's no way he can like do everything. Like actually that was the thing. Tsumugi did say that, right?
Voting.
Like yeah, she's like the audience interaction was poll voted. Okay, now that seems a little bit more believable to me now, because I had always been under the impression that like nobody voted to continue Danganronpa.
People would have thought that too. I'm glad we had that conversation.
Ava T asked, "Do you mind if Chuu was in my series? Are you are you making a series? Sure. As long as I don't seem too weird. I swear, my only personality trait is not Kobaito. I'm more interesting than just that.
Yeah. Okay, I got some of the images up.
Did you send them through Discord or what?
Oh, I got them in the gallery.
Oh, okay. I can quickly switch to that. So this is just showcasing what we did in our New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
The gaming stream. Cole.
I was glad I was a part of the stream.
Did you draw this?
Pardon?
Or were these just answers that were in it?
Oh, they were some of the responses that I saved, the ones I found the funniest. I couldn't save all of them.
I'll just like scroll through as we continue talking. But like, yeah, I would love to do more Jackbox things as well. I don't know.
Really wish I could make my own Jackbox stream too. So that might be one of my goals in the future too. My lava lucky to grow too fast.
It's so true though. It grows every day. You know, like, because I got into Danganronpa in 2013, right? So, you know, this year is my 10th anniversary with the series. That means it's gonna be 10 years of me loving Nagi no Kumaida.
I'm only happy when I play Danganronpa. This is some response.
Oh my god.
Kumaida.
I'm just gonna like scroll through this really quickly. Wee.
Oh yeah,
that's right. You guys were like, this looks like Jean, and I'm like, no.
I'm really glad I figured that out. I think I saw it. I'm like, wait a minute, and then I made that little comparing chart. I'm like, yep, it's Jean.
No, it's not Jean.
Jean Lenomere.
I'm Jean for real. Okay, let me just see if there's another question in the audience given questions, and then we can probably wrap up because we've been going for we're getting close to 2 hours.
Yeah, I'll find questions as well.
Yeah, let's see. Sort by Oh, you know what? I have a question. What part of Danganronpa do you like best? Like, what aspect of it do you like best? And is it the execution or is it just other things in general?
I would say because the art was one of the main responses of liking the series because I feel like it was very unique. And then probably the deaths because I was in Yandere Simulator at the time, and that's what got me into it. Also, because me and one of my brothers like elimination game shows, so that's why we like Danganronpa as well. Because of
go back. What's an elimination game show?
No, you know Survivor with one person.
Oh, elimination! Right.
Yeah, so I enjoy those kind of ones as well. Gradually, slower and slower, less and less people are currently there or alive and stuff like that.
Did you ever watch Total Drama Island then?
Yes. Oh my. If Archel is in the chat, I think he'll be so happy now. Where is he? Is he there? Yeah, because he loves Total Drama.
I didn't watch Total Drama growing up, but I have watched some of it now that it's on Netflix.
I watched it there as well.
I think the first video that I watched from Total Drama was actually the goth compilation.
Oh,
the goth couple from the Amazing Race parody spin-off of Total Drama.
Oh yeah, that one.
Was it called the Redonkulous Race or something? I remember. I think that was the first video that I saw of the Total Drama series. I was like, I like the goth people. They're cool.
Yeah.
But I think speaking of Total Drama Island, I think that's a pretty ambitious series to do. for a cartoon. Like back then, I'm not sure if like story cartoons like with a overarching plot were as common back then. Like again, I don't know if children are the target audience of like games like Survivor, right?
Yeah, so that's why they haven't changed it with total drama.
Yeah, I think that was
Make
like
it obvious
fun.
who's getting eliminated and stuff like that.
I think people have made like Total Drama Island and Danganronpa parodies of each other.
Oh yeah, if you typed up Total Drama like Island and Danganronpa, you'll see some artworks with them like as Total Drama. I know Danganronpa characters as Total Drama, and it looks really sick.
That's cool. You know what? Can I? Oh, I can start a Q&A. So, if anyone wants to send in a specific question, because I haven't, like, I want to, like, you know, engage with Shrug more. But if you want to send in a question, last minute questions. I've never used this function before, but YouTube has a Q&A thing if you want to, like, participate in that.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah. So I'll be able to see if people send in any questions. Oh, I got one from Mad. What's your favorite design trope in the Danganronpa cast? Thank you for the question.
My favorite ones would be when they invent something unique with the hair. Because, like, hair's really... There's a way that you can do it that makes the hair unique, when in reality, everyone's hair looks kind of similar with hair color and hair, like, structure. So I'm really enjoy trying to develop unique hair.
Oh. Yeah, like, on the aspect of, like, hair, I think it's really fun that the Danganronpa protagonists all have the, you know, symbolic ahoge. Yeah. I think, like, that was probably not something that was intentional. Like, they probably didn't think that every protagonist further on would have it, but it's probably something that just, like, got brought up in the design process and was like, hey, why don't we just give our protagonists ahoges?
I can see on your VR model. Now you are a hoge. You're a protagonist. Yes,
I have an ahoge too, specifically so that I can also be a Danganronpa protagonist. But in the same sense with the hair, I really like for example, like Maki's sprites. I really like when she's like angry or whatever and her hair goes all like freaky.
Oh yeah.
Like it's really very amazing. Is it like Ghibli-esque? You know, when a character gets very emotional in a Ghibli film, their hair will kind of like rise up, kind of like the hair on your arm. It will have like that kind of effect. And I really like what animation and also like visual mediums can do to like make things more expressive, because in reality your hair isn't gonna do that. But I really like when sprites go kind of crazy with like hair being an extension of the emotion. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I like that too.
Oh, we have more questions. Snowy, I'm gonna save your question till later. But from Rose Graham, what game series you always wanted to try after missing out on it previously? So, do you mean like a game that you want to play but haven't yet? Is there any game that's like that for you?
I don't really have those kind of like desires to play those kind of games, because I end up just usually watching the spoiler videos that explain everything.
I see. Are you like, because I'm not really a gamer myself. I prefer story heavier games rather than games that require like skillful gameplay. Are you kind of the same thing?
Do you know like those rhythm games? Like there's a video game recently. I don't want to say the name due to like demonetization, because if you accidentally say it wrong, and then it'll say it, but it's like called FNF. Have you heard of that before?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy those kind of rhythm games, and like oh yeah, I also like mini games like Mario Party.
Was it Stepmania or like DDR? For the PC. I remember I used to play them in high school.
Ooh, I prefer to play more like the games on PC.
Mm-mm-mm. Me too. I didn't grow up with gaming consoles.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I actually talking about playing a game that I wanted to. There was a game on the Switch called Heave Ho, where you have to work with like multiple people, or you can play by yourself to succeed into getting to the designated area. And I got it recently, and I'm really glad I did, instead of just watching people play it, because it was great to play with friends and family.
Yeah. Some experiences are good just watching. Some are great to like do it yourself as well. In the topic of like the same question and rhythm games, I would really love to play Rhythm Heaven someday, but I don't have a DS, and I don't know if they've ever ported it to anything. But Rhythm Heaven looks really adorable, and I wanna play it, even though I'm not really that great at rhythm games. Have you ever seen Rhythm Heaven?
Isn't it like the one like WarioWare as well?
Yeah, it's kind of like that art style, like the like mini game.
Oh
thing.
yeah. I've seen them before, and I've seen people make those parody videos in like specific series. So I haven't played them before, but I feel like if I did, I would have a lot of fun. So I might try to do that in the future.
Yeah. Okay, next question from Alexandra. Which are your favorite talents in Danganronpa? Ooh, talents.
Oh, I like the ones
that's
that
something
like
different.
Yeah, like something with a basic idea and then is broadened. Someone like Angie and Ibuki, I don't like those talents because they claim everything.
Right, you like something more specific.
So like Tenko, Aikido master, is very unique with its phrasing and all that.
Neo Aikido specifically, her. Yeah. I'm like, wait, so like, did she just make it up? Like, how do you judge that? I'm just thinking like the Danganronpa like Hope's Peak Academy. No, it wasn't Hope's Peak, was it? But like how the ultimate people were like, oh yeah, Neo Aikido, that's something different from the regular Aikido.
Maybe that's why they did it, because they already had an Aikido.
But like her actual title is just Aikido. For me, let me think about this. I mean, I really like seeing for like let's say the detective and the lucky talent, right? Because I like seeing how they make it different each time.
You mean
that
like
it's
different
come up.
interpretations from different characters and their personalities, right?
Yeah, like so it makes me think like, oh, that's cool that like it's not just one person has this talent. Like it kind of implies that like multiple people could have the same talents, and then it's also it just makes it more interesting to me that way, especially like, I mean, the lucky student is an annual thing, but it's really interesting how they kind of made Komaeda like a really twisted version of Makoto.
Yeah.
I mean, how did you feel? Because like Komaeda doesn't show up in Execution unless you saw like a compilation about the deaths reveals as well. Like, what was your first impression of Komaeda compared to like Makoto? Did you think there was a connection at all?
No, I only thought that like they were very distinct. And then I heard people talk about theories. It goes, Makoto's name is like Makoto Naegi, and Nagito Komaeda, like, oh, I am
anagram,
Makoto Naegi.
Yeah.
I tried to do it before and I didn't think it worked, so I gave up and I didn't see any
it's in Japanese. So like it would be the words are like, Makoto Naegi. So the da is like, it would be like Makoto Naegi da. So it's like, I am Makoto Naegi. So yeah, it's a more Japanese thing than something you can translate into English. But I thought that was so cool because like I did not realize that at the time. You know how people like Komaeda is like a desaturated palette of Makoto?
Yeah.
I feel like
it's due to sickness as well that he has, that he can survive it.
I feel like when I first saw Komaeda, I didn't really associate him with Makoto at all.
Me too. I did the
But
same.
maybe that's just me. Maybe I was just so like, whoa, Komaeda is his own thing. This is cool.
And I heard a theory a while ago, someone thinking like, oh, maybe Nagito Komaeda is Makoto's sister. I'm like, what?
Sister?
Yeah, I heard a theory. I was watching theories a while ago, and I
Oh.
just goes, they thought apparently that Makoto Naegi had a the sister in the first game. They thought it was Nagito because of the anagram of the name.
Oh, whoa! Oh my God, Komaru Komaeda. You know, I saw it. I see it, the Koma. All right. Well, yeah, let's continue. Let's see. Lonely Lemur says, for both of you, what kind of clothing style and traits do you like more on Danganronpa characters? For example, realistic uniforms or more crazy and unrealistic? Huh.
I don't remember any examples of unrealistic clothing. Which characters have, like, realistic and unrealistic?
Let's say, for example, like Ryoma. Ryoma is not, like, you know, dressed as his talent. Or or a high school uniform. So let's say that's like not a standard uniform.
Yeah, it emphasizes that he's more like the criminal one.
Mm-mm.
I really like his design being like dramatic. I do enjoy like the unique designs because I realize that most of the males have a similar like that Japanese style clothing and then just different color palettes and stuff like that. I don't enjoy that. But I enjoy the way that all the other characters have like expressive clothing.
Does that mean like, you like maybe like Kokichi's design because it's not really a school uniform?
Yeah, because it's very unique, and like Angie as well with like with the little paintbrushes as well on her skirt as well. I find that really interesting. Yeah. Also, I didn't realize this until like a month ago, but Kazuichi has like a nut and bolt attached to his belt. I didn't realize that. So
well, I don't blame you because like when you look at them in game, it's kind of just like a bust up portrait most of the time. You don't really get to see the details down there. Which I mean, like, hey, that's kind of like us right now. We're not showing our legs.
My avatar has no legs.
Yeah, you have no legs. You know what? I'm gonna expose you.
No.
You have no legs. Oh no.
I'm being dragged away to an execution.
That's right. You're not allowed on this stream anymore.
When you can like make it look like I'm too short for the chair.
Oh yeah, you know. Yeah, wow. Oh wow, you're such a short kings. Okay, let's keep going. This question is from Twinkle. What OSTs do you listen to, or I guess music in general, while you're working?
When I work, I usually like I listen to the Milgram ones, and then every now and again I just listen to either someone's playthrough or analysis videos. But I have to turn most of those audios off because it gets distracting. I'm like, wait a minute, I want to listen to what this person's talking about, and I get distracted on making my projects.
I also like watching or listening to video essays as I work. I think it's interesting because like as you're working, you're hearing about a topic and then you just kind of watch it and it's like, oh, I'm gaining knowledge.
Yeah.
So that's fun. Let me think. I don't necessarily listen to the Danganronpa OST while I'm working by myself, but I will if I'm streaming because it is not copyrighted music.
And then they had the whole copyright strike thing.
Yeah,
I didn't have a YouTube channel at the time, so I didn't get affected. But I was like, oh no.
If I could, I would play copyright music. That being said,
on YouTube wants to.
That being said, you and I.
Hopefully not.
Let me see more questions. Okay, I think we're getting repeat questions from people. So, let's kind of do a wrap up here because we're approaching the 2-hour mark now. So, well, firstly, thank you so much. Yay! Thank you so much, Shrug, for again being my first guest on Cheese to Meet You. Yeah, we were both discussing how nervous we were before we started. Like this morning, my stomach was like full of butterflies and in knots, and I was like, oh, physically, I feel really nervous.
Me
But
too. Like, but when I got on the call, and then I got more nervous. And
and I was
when
like,
I
no,
first
don't get
expressed it to
nervous.
Khee, I'm like, oh no, I'm getting much more and more nervous.
But yeah, again, thank you so much for agreeing to do this with me, and I hope you had a good experience. Do you have any feedback? I want your critiques.
I don't think you did anything wrong, so I can't give any feedbacks based on that.
Yay!
I think you've done everything great.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, and you've been a great interviewee as well. So thank you so
Oh
much.
wait, also, you said something about Snow's question that you were talking about as well?
So, let's kind of be like, that's right. We're gonna continue. This show is not cancelled, baby. We're gonna have episode 2. Yay!
Yeah.
And we're gonna reveal the second guest right now. Whoa! It's not like I accidentally showed it before. But the next guest for episode 2 of Cheese to Meet You is... Ta-da! It's gonna be Snow! Woo! Yeah, Snow! So yeah. Basically, I organized with Shrug and Snow in advance to just be like, hey, would you guys be interested in coming on this like interview kind of stream format? And I was like, oh yay, you both agreed. So thank you, Snow.
I'm really glad I did, because I wanted to experiment more with trying to talk into a mic.
Yeah.
And hopefully there's no like static noise. He kept telling me there was nothing, but I feel like from my end I can hear more static, but it seems it's not the case because everyone's happy.
So we're going to actually go to Snow's question for you. I wanted to leave that for last because I wanted to kind of announce that Snow would be the next guest. So let's go to that. So Snow asks, do you pursue any other hobbies aside from art? I'd like to hear a little bit about your life as well. How you got here, pretty much. Keep doing what you do. You rock. Also, Snow says that she loves your channel.
Oh, thank you, Snow. And I love your work voicing Diana.
Yeah! So if anyone is unsure of who Snow is the voice of Diana Venecia from Project Eden's Garden, and also other roles probably in the future. And then Snow's second question was, if I can see it. Oh crap! Dang it! It's aside from my question. I can't read it. It's getting blocked by something else. I can't read Snow's second question. Let me refresh my page.
Question while you
answer
try to fix
the first
problem.
question. Yes.
Let me see the question was. I'm actually a little lost on what to ask, but do you pursue any other hobbies beside art? I also do like trampolining and ice skating and other stuff like karaoke as well.
Wow. Oh wow, karaoke. Wait, do you sing mostly like English songs or do you try like Japanese songs as well?
I sing in English. I really want to sing in a Japanese song one day. I was thinking of making that into a video.
Oh, like practicing?
Yeah.
Yeah. When I go to karaoke, I bring up like the Romaji lyrics, right? And like just try to read in time with the music. But it's not very good.
It's fun. The Milgram I've been talking about? I wanted to sing one of their songs as well.
Ooh.
And I haven't decided which one to do yet, because the ones I like may be too fast, and the ones... Because I prefer like the female singers as well with their characters than the male.
Yeah. Ooh, wait, does that mean you're trying to practice in like a higher range for like vocally?
I don't... I'm not too sure on how to do it, but instead maybe my voice, though it's like decently deep, I like try to sing it in like as though I'm talking instead of attempting to go high. Otherwise, it breaks a lot.
That's the same for me. Like whenever I try to like sing along with like a higher vocal range, I'm like, okay, never mind.
Yeah, I have that feeling too.
I'll just stick to humming, right? It's like la la la. That way I won't embarrass myself. Snow's second question was something to do about Jackbox, so I can't really see what the question was specifically, but I guess like,
I can see the
what are your
question.
favorite kinds of Jackbox games?
Which Jackbox packs and games does Shrug like the best? That's the one.
Ah,
All right.
okay.
I have it on my computer. I like the numbers 5, 6, and 7 because of the one called Murder Trivia Party.
That is
It's sort
fun.
of like a Danganronpa like feel.
I like that one, but it proves to me that I do not know trivia.
And there's also the other one. I forget its name, but it's the one where you like do the funny prompts.
Funny prompt. Oh, is that the it's Quiplash, right?
Oh yes, I love Quiplash.
Quiplash is fun.
When you make like a spelling error and then everyone like laughs along, and that's like the comedy, and everyone keeps using that joke. I love those feelings. I had a friend that spelled baby wrong, and it said bubby, and then he got the most votes. Yeah, so he got the most votes and was winning. And then I'm like, no, I'm gonna use a bubby joke too.
Yeah. That reminds me, like, apart from like these interview streams, right? I also want to do more collaborative streams sometime this year. But it's kind of hard to approach people. Like even you, I was a little bit like I kind of like had the execution video as kind of like the push to me asking you specifically. Like I feel like it's hard to approach people online you want to collaborate with. If you feel
I get
like
that feeling too,
it's
don't
like
worry.
it's like, oh, but we haven't really talked before, but I think you're cool and I want to talk to you, and maybe like can we collab? Woo!
Well, I would love to do collabs with you in the future as well.
Yeah, me too. we'll draw Danganronpa together.
Yes.
And like sing bad karaoke. And play more games.
Fun.
I would love to do more group gaming sessions with audience and maybe a co-host. But yeah, seeing that we've gotten a question from Shrug, we're gonna introduce the reoccurring bit for interviews now. So what I'm going to attempt to do is I'm gonna have my current guests ask a question for the next guest, and then for the next episode, the next guest can answer it on that stream. So yeah, let's do it.
Right,
do you have a
my
question?
question. I wrote it down, and I hope I didn't
do you
lose
have
it.
a question
oh yeah, I told
for
you
Snow?
in Discord. Let me find it. Oh, the screen's blocking everything.
Snow is gonna mute, so she doesn't hear.
If she's ready, I can say it now.
Yes, go ahead.
All right. The question is, what would you do if you would be able to hang out with Diana, like in the story? Like not in the story itself, but like in general. If like the character Diana was with you in like a either non-Danganronpa affiliated story.
What would you do as besties?
Yes.
Thank you for the question for Snow. I'm sure Snow will appreciate it. And we'll find out the answer in the next time that I do this.
We can try to answer the questions ourselves. Like you can do Komaida, and then I can do.
Okay, actually, fine. Like, who is your absolute favorite Danganronpa character if you had to pick from Ishimaru, Hiyoko, and Tenko?
Tenko or Samugi? I would probably say Samugi. Well, I interact with Tenko more, but because of the male bit, I'm like, oh, I can't be her friend.
Like, degenerate male! It's like, oh, damn, shut down.
Yeah. So I would say Samugi's more my favorite.
Okay, well, let's quickly answer this so then Snow can unmute. But what would you want to do with Samugi if you could hang out?
Oh, I would love to try cosplaying for the first time because I haven't done it before.
Ooh.
And if you know that Phantom of the Opera mask, I bought one in white and then a full black mask, and I tried to do like a Monokuma like mask. and it looks kind of weird,
Ooh.
but still looks
Oh,
cool at the
that'd be
same time.
fun. That'd be cool. Yeah. Danganronpa, let me think. My first Danganronpa cosplay was of Chiaki. Yeah.
I've been recently watching your con videos as well.
Oh god.
Well.
Yeah.
After watching your Junko in the Squid Game one, I wanted to watch more of your other ones.
Oh god, they're not very well edited. They're really slow paced, and I talk for way too long.
That's
but,
fine. Don't worry.
Yeah, I haven't made another convention. Oh, can someone let Snow know that Snow can listen again?
Oh wait.
Yes,
so
Dan.
the
The one.
The question.
Yeah. She's not gonna hear the question until next time. It's a surprise.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes, Dan. The woman who was like, "Is that Peppa Pig?" And like, "Are you going to see Peppa Pig?" When I was like in Danganronpa cosplay.
I saw that one too.
I remember that. Well, anyway, have you ever watched Peppa Pig? No, that's not a serious question.
Maybe she didn't watch Peppa Pig and she was just confused.
Yeah, she's there for her child. Anyway, well, I guess let's wrap it up here. So, but firstly, again, where can people find you?
Oh yeah. So, anyone who would like to follow me, you can follow me on Twitter at Shrug Moji, and you can find me here on YouTube.
Yeah! Again, the links to all of that are in the description of this stream/VOD. So please go support Shrug. And once again, thank you, audience, for being here. I hope that this
Thank you for being here.
A fun stream to kind of listen to and chill to. And thank you again, Shrug, for allowing me to kind of interview and have a good chat with you.
Yeah, if you like any more collab videos with me, I would be happy to. As long as I can ask as well. Because I get that feeling as well when you go, I want to collab, but I don't want to seem as off-putting as well.
Yeah, I understand. Everyone has anxiety. We're all anxious people just trying to make friends online.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm busy, but you know, we can make it happen.
You just gotta believe.
Yeah. Oh, and for anyone curious, I will be doing this again with Snow sometime in February. There's no date planned just yet, but it will be in February. I would like to try and make it at least like a monthly kind of thing. But we'll see how we go. But yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you, Shrug. Thank you, audience. Thank you, guests.
I'll be here to watch the second one.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope everyone will be excited for when Snow guests as well. And yeah, I guess we'll leave it at that. So thank you everybody.
Thank you everyone for watching.
Thank you for coming to Cheese to meet you. I hope that you got to know Shrug very well today. And
should we try to make a catchphrase for the end?
Oh, for saying goodbye?
Yeah.
What's like a good cheese or rat pun?
Oh, I've got one. I like chew bye or something like that.
Chew bye?
That's just like Chewbacca, maybe not.
What is that? I don't think it should be chew bye. Cheese.
Cheese you later.
Cheese you later? Oh my god, have a good bite.
Wait, that's actually really good.
I hope you had a good bite of content today. We'll figure it out, you know, it's a work in progress. Alright, everyone.
I hope you guys have a good bite of content.
Yeah! Alright. Slice of life episode, slice of cheese episode.
Yeah.
We'll work on it. Alright. See you, everybody. Thank you for coming. Bye.
See you, everyone.
Yay!
Bye.